What it do, YouTube? It's SS, and I'm back with another video. On this one, we got a spicy one right here. This one right here. We're gonna be running artillery also with cancel nine tails and shadow my champ. Shadow my champ is just very good in this cup. It can pretty much just punch down anything in this cup. So right off the bat, we're met with before I even start, these battles are done in on my Twitch. Link in the description if you guys do want to watch them over there. Happen in real time. Come by and stop by. I went 10-5 with this team, so I made it work, and we did climb a little bit. Trying to get out of the pits, as one would call them. But yeah, in the first match we have Umbreon. Umbreon gets a little bit tough. But we're gonna go ahead and get farmed down by this Ninetales. I come into my Machamp, and they're gonna swap. I swap as well, and I'm thinking this is pretty much over because they have Mud Bomb, right? And they're still farming up. I'm gonna let this go through because I'm expecting it to be a mud bomb, but it's not a mud bomb. It's actually a sludge bomb. So now looking at this Grimer, does have the purified aura around it. So I'm thinking that it's actually running return. I do shield up another sludge bomb, thinking it was a mud bomb, but it wasn't. At this point, I go for the overkill for the rock slide. Pretty sure I'm pretty sure a cross chop would have been enough, but either way, we're gonna be one away from the rock slide here. Get off the rock slide and take this first game. So yeah, if you guys are enjoying the battles, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Seriously, subscribe because yeah, we don't. My subscribers are going up a little bit, but yeah. But either way, we're gonna see a Primate. I try to get the debuff swap out. I'm thinking they're gonna go for the close combat. They actually throw the cross chop, legacy cross chop, which is fine. So this is another cross chop. Don't have to shield it, and we're gonna farm up. We'll do one fire spin, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw the weather ball. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, which is fine with me. At this point, I'm thinking, do I want to shield? No, I don't want to. They get the boost. I wanted to farm down with artillery, but now artillery is gonna take boosted counters, which is not too good for us. And in the back is a hypno, and yeah, my champ's not gonna be able to beat that. So I just top left. This time we see the hypno in the lead, so this is better for us. We're gonna be farming up, and we're gonna be throwing the Octazooka, hoping that we can get the debuff here. No debuff, but he lets us get to another Octazooka. Do we get the debuff this time? We do get the debuff. Um, I want to shield the scout out to see what he has. He has fire punch, so that's okay. And I probably made a mistake here. I probably shouldn't have threw this gunk shot. I should have just came out into my Ninetales here because my champ was just gonna be farmed for the hypno. And I'm gonna be able to farm down here completely. They're gonna come into a Vigoroth, and we're gonna be able to throw this first weather ball. They do shield, and I'm expecting them not to shield if they still have a shield. They let it go through, and I'm farming up extra. We're gonna be able to get to this weather ball. They kind of have to shield because we got to the overheat, and I'm like, how do I win this? Well, we have to go for a catch, and we catch a shadow ball. Now we're gonna be able to punch down this hypno completely, come out with a move, and we don't even need to throw the move. We're just gonna punch down everything. Like I said, my champ's really good. It can punch down everything. You really want the shadow variant, and this is already looking bad for us because this Pokemon is very annoying, and he's gonna win CMP. I can't shield because he's just gonna debuff me, so there's no point in me shielding, to be honest. And we're gonna get the move off, no debuff. But now he's gonna debuff us again. But we're gonna be able to punch it down completely. He switches out. He comes into a Cofagrigus. I go straight for the rock slide. No reason for me to bait. They do not shield. Uh, Here comes the second rock slide. Do they want to shield? Let's see. They do want to shield that one. They're going to be able to get a full farm down on us, which is not looking too particularly good. But we'll see how we turn this around. Little visual glitch there. Not too sure what happened, but either way, we're gonna be able to catch. And they throw the shadow ball. So this point, I'm hoping this is a dark post, but it is the shadow ball. So I'm gonna farm up a little bit extra energy, and they're gonna catch on their 1 HP Haxorus. Very nice catch, a catch for a catch. And at this point, I'm thinking this is their last Pokemon. So I'm able to farm down completely, and there's a Ninetales in the back, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything to it. So we're gonna end up losing that game. Excuse me. It's early in the morning. This is actually the last day of the rotation, so it will change later on. For me, it will be 3 p.m. Central. So once again, I do go live Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central. So an hour after the change, and I'll be in Master League Premier. So if you guys want to watch that, make sure to follow the Twitch to get the notification. So a lot of what I've been noticing, there's a lot of Umbreons here. So Umbreon's just gonna come in and farm us down completely. That's fine. I come into my Machamp, try to get this farm down, but they swap out into a poison type, and this is not looking too good for us because I'm hoping there's not a Clefairy or another poison type user. Well, if it's another poison type, it's okay. But my real um fear is that it's another Charmer. And since he let that one go, I feel like I can farm down completely. We do get the farm down. Let's see what he comes out into. I swap out. He comes into the cancel Ninetales. And I throw him bad timing, but we're going to be able to get a shield here. I can safely shield this. I'm assuming that he's going to farm down. I mean, that he's going to swap out. But he doesn't swap. And now he's going to be able to get to a move here. He already had a move, so I anticipated he was going to combo play me, but he didn't combo play me. But we were one away from the overheat, and we're just going to overheat this Umbreon, show him who's dominant. And the first set, we're going to go 3-2. So I was having fun. Yesterday's video was the Charmeleon. This time we're running Octillery. So yeah. Now we're gonna see a Clefable, and I'm like, okay, I shield. I'm gonna build up to the gun shot. I'm assuming that they're gonna shield. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield. So I should have just went for the gunk shot, and now I can't shield this, but I have to shield. So I shield, just thinking it's a Moonblast, but he ends up baiting me. And no debuff again. So we throw the Octillery again. This time we do get the debuff, but a Moonblast from this point is enough to KO. So doesn't matter. So now we're gonna come into Ninetales, get this juicy farm, and we're gonna see what they come out into. And the reason I come into cancel Ninetales is because since I didn't switch out, I can freely throw the overheat. And I know I can overfarm here. So I'm going to overfarm. They swap out. Try to do a catch. Very nice try to do a catch. But unfortunate for them, it didn't work out. I swap out to my my Machamp. And they have Side Shock. This is really bad. So now I lose, right? I do lose. Alright, now we're going to hop into the next battle. Now we're going to see Octillery into Cofagrigus. And typically you want to try to, if you can, throw before they throw. And no debuff. So do I shield? I do shield because I didn't get the debuff, but they throw the Psychic, and I come out into my cancel Ninetales because they bring out a Berserker. And I'm thinking, this is double fire. I mean double steel, right? It's gotta be Cofagrigus double steel. And the reason I think that is because they shield there. I'm like, okay, that's a good first shield. But they shield again. And I'm like, okay, well, it's probably Registeel. And they let me get to another Octillery here, so I'm just going to go ahead and let this go through. If it KOs, it KOs. because I'm expecting there to be another steel type in the back, and there is a steel type in the back. Registeel, the Pokemon that I expected to be in the back, and we're gonna be able to get this cross chop off. They don't get a move, and at this point, we're gonna go ahead and punch it down. So Octillery wasn't really the MVP of a lot of games, but it did help out, right? We did make it work, right? We did make it work. They're gonna swap out to an Umbreon. I want to debuff it, so I'm gonna throw the Octazooka, but we don't get a debuff. I'm gonna shield just in case it's the psychic. It's a last resort, so I can live that now. So I can farm up a little bit extra here. I can let them throw their move. That's fine. We know they don't have psychic unless they're running last resort and psychic. That would be crazy. But yeah, we get the farm down. They're gonna come back into their, was it cancel Ninetales that they had in the lead? I can't remember. But either way, they come into a cancel Ninetales. I'm gonna go ahead and shield because I'm at the next rock slide, but I bait the cross chop because I'm thinking they're gonna shield, and they swap out and catch a cross chop on their Cofagrigus. I swap out, try to make sure I can time my moves as good as I can, so I can throw this Octazooka. They do get the debuff, so this is looking okay. We put it in range where we can just throw one weather ball, and if anything, we can just throw another Octazooka since we got the debuff. We live it, and now it's in range, and we get another debuff, and they don't even get a move off, and they just top left because we're up a shield. They know it's over. So now we're gonna see Machamp into our Octillery, and normally it would be bad if it was Shadow, but since it's not Shadow, this is okay. We do get the debuff, so at this point, I'm assuming that I'm gonna live this cross chop so I can get another Octazooka off, and we do live it. Get this Octazooka off. No debuff this time, which is fine. So at this point, I choose to come into my own Machamp. Nope, I was wrong. I come into my Ninetales. I'm gonna shield, hoping it's a rock slide. It is the rock slide. We do call it. And I'm like, this is too fast. This has got to be a cross chop. It is the cross chop. They undercharge it, thinking I'm gonna shield, and then they come into a Umbreon. I'm just gonna go straight for the overheat here. Nope. We bait the weather ball. Then we throw the overheat, and this is CMP. This is CMP, so I'm gonna let this go through. No reason for me to shield the Ninetales now. And they come on to a Meganium. I'm like, okay. They throw first. I shield. And I'm gonna fall over farm here. Throw the cross chop. We get the shield. And we throw in CMP to throw this rock slide. Because I didn't think cross chop was enough, so I wanted to make sure that it was enough. Now we're gonna hop into the next battle. Now we're gonna see Umbreon. A lot of Umbreon leads. Octillery is just gonna go ham here. We're gonna be able to throw these Octazookas till we get a debuff. No debuff. Again. So sometimes we would get the debuff, sometimes we wouldn't. And since I didn't get the debuff this time, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go. I'm hoping I live this. I don't live it. So I come out into my Machamp. They come out into a Blastoise. I'm like, oh, hold on. So they were expecting me to come into my Ninetales. Hold on. Has this person been watching my streams? Very suspicious. But either way, we're gonna be able to throw this cross chop here, and we're gonna be able to farm down completely. See what they come out into now. They come out into a poison type, so I'm gonna swap out, and I'm going to let this go through. Probably should have overheated, to be honest. Nope, never mind. We do get a shield, and I can live this. I'm hoping that they don't swap out, but they do swap out, which is fine. As long as I can come out with a move on Machamp, I think I'm fine. But I throw here, but I undercharge it just enough to get to get to this rock slide before they farm me down, and we're gonna be able to take that game. So it was crucial that I got that one counter in on that Umbreon, so that On the charge actually won me the game to go 4-1. Crazy, isn't it? Um, we get a Marrows our encounter. Taking my time here. I would press it any second. I got confused. I think I got confused. I was doing something. I'm not too sure what I was doing, but yeah. We go up to the 2100s now. Now we're gonna see Bennett. And I'm like, okay. Well, let me throw my move first, because this thing is gonna hurt. Whatever he throws at me is gonna hurt. No debuff. So I'm gonna shield. And I'm gonna be able to get to this next Octillery. They shield. I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm just gonna sack it now. And I'm gonna come into my Ninetales to get this farm, because the reason is because I can throw the overheat and swap out. So I can get the next shield, and I'm assuming that they're gonna shield here. So I go for the bait. But they don't shield. And I'm like, okay, is this a wild charge? No. Body slam. And now I go for the CMP overheat. They don't shield. And now I swap out. They bring out a charm or a fairy winder. A fairy type. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. Good thing we didn't bait. Because we were actually able to punch it down. Like I said, my champ can punch down a lot of these Pokemon. Oh, look at this. Umbreon in the lead. A lot of Umbreons in the lead. And we're going to be able to throw this out the Zuka here. We get the debuff this time, though. And I don't throw. They throw. Want to maximize my energy here. Try to do 2 lock-ons. And then throw my move. They're over farming. I'm going to let this go through. Hoping I can live this as well. I thought about shielding, but we are able to live it. I'm going straight for the nuke here this time, because they know I'm going straight out the Zuka, and we're able to actually farm it down. We win the zeros. And now I'm going to come into my Machamp. They come out into a Hypno, and I'm like, oh, this is over for me. I need to shield everything here. I need to shield this. I need to bait the overheat. But most likely, they're not going to shield the first one. They don't shield. So I throw another Weather Ball. Do they want to shield here? They do shield. So now I'm going to farm up. I want to shield, but okay, so I do shield. Make sure I throw in good timing. And I'm going to get this Weather Ball off. They let it go. And because they let it go, I'm going to throw this Weather Ball here. I'm going to try to switch out. We switch out. Because I don't want them to get any more farm. I live a cross shop here. The question is, do we make it to a cross shop? We make it to a cross shop. Is this enough to KO? It is enough to KO. And we're going to be able to take that game. Just barely. Love to see it. Now, we're going to see Coffee Grease into our Octillery. Now, I do believe we get to the move before they get to the move. So, we're going to be able to throw these Octazookas first. But they're over farming. We don't get the debuff. So, I am going to shield this. It's a Dark Post. Usually, they throw the Shadow Ball. This time, they threw the Dark Post. This time, we get the debuff. But at this point, it is going to be enough to KO. So, doesn't matter what they throw here. But we live the Dark Post just enough to make it to a Noctizuka here. And we're going to see what they want to do here. They let it go. This puts it in range where we can farm it down. But they swap out to a Vigoroth. And I'm going to shield this. I'm going to hope that I can farm down. But no. Not going to be able to farm down. And yeah, I guess you can argue that if I threw there, maybe either I get a shield or they let it go. And yeah. Maybe if I would have threw, I probably could have won. But either way, yeah, we're going to end up losing this game. And we're going to hop into the next battle. Now we're going to see a good lead. Finally. And they swap out to a Primate. I want this debuff. Do we get the debuff? We do get the debuff. I'm going to come into my Machamp, farm down. I'm going to shield. thinking it's the close combat. It is the close combat because they through the close combat we're gonna be able to farm down much faster. I don't want to go for the rock slide because I know that they're gonna shield, and they do shield. I'm gonna let this go through because I can come into an Octillery, start spamming out these Octazookas. Do they want to shield? Let's see. They do want to shield. I'm gonna let this go through. It's the side shot. And in the back they have an Ampharos. I'm like, ooh, they almost had me. They almost had me. And I'm gonna farm up a little bit right before they get to their next brutal swing because I don't want them to throw the move and for me to shield. So we're gonna be able to farm up a little bit extra energy here. We get to the overheat. Is it gonna be enough to KO? It is not enough. And at this point, I need to try to get to a move on Octillery to win. Did we get to a move? We don't. And we get farmed down. Yeah. Now we're going to see Machamp into our Octillery. And this is bad because this is a shadow. So I don't want to use my shields. I want to keep my shields for my shadow. We do get a shield, which is good. So now I can come into my shadow Machamp. Shield and farm down completely. If I had to double shield, I'd double shield. But we don't have to. They come into a fairy type. We swap out. And Cancel Ninetales can take every move that it throws unless it's a psychic. And they tried to catch the overheat, but lucky for them, or us, I guess, bad for them, is that we held down on the energy. And I'm going to be able to farm up a little bit more extra here. They shielded, so the next one will KO. And at that point, it's over for them. Cancel Ninetales, which is a core breaker to their team. And we're going to be able to take that game. Get another 3-2. So, yep, if you guys like the battles, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Hope you guys have a great day as well. But yeah, we get this meta type. Taking my time, trade. Enough to make it to 21-18. So, hope you guys enjoy the battles, and I will see you guys on the next battles.